Once upon a time, in a busy, beautiful park in England, there lived a little squirrel named Pip. Now, Pip had plenty of acorns and hazelnuts, enough for the whole winter. But whenever he saw another squirrel with a bigger pile, he'd sigh and wish his own pile was just a little bit bigger. One day, Pip decided he'd had enough. He was going to get the biggest pile of nuts in the whole park, and so Pip spent all his days looking for more. He'd find a nut and then see another squirrel with two and immediately want those too. Then he'd find a third squirrel with 3 nuts and immediately Pip wanted 4. He never stopped to play or to enjoy the crisp autumn air. His pile grew and grew, but Pip never felt truly happy. He always wanted just a little bit more. One afternoon, feeling very tired, Pip decided to rest behind a big oak tree. He watched an old hedgehog named Hazel. Hazel had a much smaller pile of berries and nuts than Pip, but she was happily sharing a tiny, shiny mushroom with her friend, a little field mouse. Hazel looked so content and warm, Pip couldn't help but ask her, "Why aren't you collecting more? You'll need lots of food for the winter." Hazel looked up from her snack and smiled. "I have enough, little squirrel. We all have enough if we just appreciate what we have." But Pip didn't understand. He still thought having more would make him happier, so he went back to gathering nuts. But soon he was exhausted again and sat down on a branch. He looked at all the nuts he had collected. It was true. He had so many, but looking at it that way made Pip feel a bit lonely. All this time, he had been so focused on getting more and more nuts that he had unnoticed how beautiful the day was, how warm the sun, how colorful the leaves, and he realized he'd missed out on so much. Just then, a young field mouse scurried past. He was collecting seeds for his family. "Hello!" squeaked the mouse. "What are you doing?" "Oh, hi," said Pip. "I'm just collecting nuts for the winter." The mouse nodded. "Me too. Say, would you like to share some of your seeds with me?" asked Pip. "Of course," replied the mouse, and he and Pip started to share their snacks together. After a while, an old owl hooted down from a tree. "Hello!" he called. "What are you two doing? We're sharing our snacks," said Pip. "That's a wonderful thing to do," hooted the owl. "It's nice to take time to enjoy the simple pleasures in life." Then he flew away, and Pip looked at all the seeds and nuts he had gathered. He suddenly understood what the owl meant. He had enough food for the whole winter. He could share it with his friends, and he could enjoy the beautiful autumn day. He could appreciate what he had. Pip looked at the young mouse. "Would you like to share these seeds with me?" he asked, and the two friends started munching on the seeds together. Soon, Hazel the hedgehog came by and, seeing them, smiled and asked if she could join them. So they shared some of the seeds with her, and the 3 friends sat together, feeling warm and happy. For the first time, Pip felt the happiness that came from within. He used to think having the biggest pile of nuts would make him the happiest squirrel in the park. But now he knew that true happiness wasn't about having the biggest pile or always wanting more. It was about appreciating what you had, about enjoying the simple pleasures in life, about sharing with others. From that day on, Pip stopped wanting more. He learned that true happiness wasn't found in having the biggest pile, but in appreciating what he already had and in sharing it with his friends. Pip was finally a truly happy squirrel. The end. Do you know a squirrel who never seems to have enough? Maybe that squirrel is you. What can you do to be a little more like Pip? If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more adventures every week.